Hello everyone, welcome to another crochet tutorial. Look what I have for you today. It's a cute little bag, a cell phone bag, everyday bag, whatever you want to use it for. It's actually a very simple stitch, but because you're using two different colors, it creates this really cool pattern. I will show you step by step on how to do so. And I'm also going to show you how to crochet this awesome, very sturdy strap, which has a little bit of elasticity as well. So grab your hook, let's get going. For the purpose of the tutorial, I am going to be using a 3mm hook and two colored yarn. Now normally I'll probably use a 3.5 to a 4mm hook for this type yarn, but I wanted my bag to be very sturdy, so that's why I downsized in the hook size and I'm going with a 3.0mm hook instead. Okay, to get started on our bag, I'm going to start with a slip knot. And I'm going to chain on 18 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And you're going to start by single crocheting into the second stitch. So ignore the first one, single crochet into the second one, and you're going to single crochet all the way until the last stitch. Okay, I got a couple more stitches left, and here is my last stitch, and into this last stitch I'm going to do 3 single crochets. So that was 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to do a single crochet in each of the stitches going back on the other side. So work in your tail so you don't need to fasten it off later. And I'm here at my last stitch here. I should have marked it, making it easier for you to see, but this is the last stitch. So you're going to do 3 single crochets into this one as well. There was 3, and then you're going to slip stitch into the first stitch that you did. So here we go. Slip stitch, and that was round number 1. So to start out round number 2, I'm going to do a chain 2. This will count as my first double crochet, and into the same stitch where we just slip stitch in, I'm going to do 2 more double crochets. Here we go. And then I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to skip 2 into the third one. I'm going to do a cluster of 3 double crochets, and then chain 1, skip 1, skip 2, into the 3rd chain. We're going to do 3 double crochets and chain 1. We're going to do this until the end here, and then we're going to do it a little differently here at the end. Okay, so I'm going to do one more. Chain 1. Okay, let's count how many clusters I have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here at the end, I'm not going to skip 2 stitches, but I'm going to skip only 1 because I want my cluster to be right here at the end of my, or at the bend, I suppose. Okay, so here, skip only 1 and into the corner one, okay, I'm gonna chain 1, and then we want to make sure that we have the other side directly over across this one. Okay, so it looks like it should be this one. So skip 1 and into the next one you do a cluster of 3, chain 1, and then we go back into skipping 2. So 1, 2, insert into the 3rd one and do your cluster of 3, chain 1. So it's directly on the opposite side. Skip 2, chain 1, skip 2, chain 1, and we'll do one more here, chain 1. So we have here the one at the corner, and then we have set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll do 1, 2, another one over here, chain 1, and here at the end, just like on the opposite side, we want to make sure it's right in the middle. So we're going to skip only 1 and insert our hook over here and do our last cluster of 3 double crochets. Okay, so take a look at your work. You should have 1 on each end, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you're going to chain 1 and slip stitch on the top of the first one to close round number 2. Okay, so round number 3, we're still going to work it in our first color. So we're going to start out with a chain 3 this time. This will count as a double crochet towards this, the cluster that's going to go in here. Okay, so this is like the last of the 3 double crochets going in here. But for now, we're going to ignore this one and we're going to go into the next chain space. So you're going to do a cluster of 3 here, and you work in between each of the clusters and then chain 1. Okay, in between the clusters, you're going to do 3 double crochets and chain 1, just like that. That was 3, chain 1. Work that all the way until the end, and I'll show you how to finish this off. Okay, I'm almost at the end of my second round. And I have one more here. But remember, we did the chain 3 here at the beginning. This is the third of the 3 double crochets we're going to make in here. So I'm going to do 1, 2, and then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch underneath this chain 3 and kind of pull it over here, and then it becomes the third of the 3 double crochet clusters. So round number 3, we're going to start adding our second color in. So what we're going to do is let's start out with the chain 2 this time. Since we have our gap right here, we're going to start off with color number 1 and do your double crochets. Don't finish it, but now we're going to bring in our second color. So I'm going to finish this double crochet with my second color. And then I'm going to chain 1. Okay, so we're going to go back and forth between color 1 and color 2. And I'm going to carry the first color with me while I'm working the second color. Okay, so here with the second color, we're going to go into our next space. We carry the first color behind with us. I'm going to do my first 2 double crochets. And the third one, we're going to do it halfway up until here. And then we're going to switch back to our first color. We're going to finish the third double crochet with the other color again, and then chain 1. Okay, so now we're going to go back to color number 1, and the second color we're going to carry with us in the back and crochet it in. So do 2 full double crochets. For the third one, do it halfway. Then grab your other color. Finish that third double crochet with the other color and then chain 1. Okay, so let's do that again. So do 2 full double crochets and then do a half finish double crochet, and then we're going to switch back to our other color, finish that third double crochet and chain 1. Okay, let's do that together a couple more times. Okay, I'm almost at the end of round number 3, so let me finish this last set. And the next round, so here normally I would change the color halfway through, right, since we were just alternating, but the next round we're going to work it all in the second color. So I'm going to finish the third double crochet, chain 1, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the next cluster to close the circle. Okay, so now you started your 2-color combination. So the next round we're going to do only color number 2. So I'm going to start over here. So I'm going to do a chain 3, and remember this chain 3 will be the third of the 3 double crochet cluster over here. So for now we ignore it. We're going to jump right into the next one, and this is the beginning tail of the second color from the previous row, so I'm just going to work that in. So we're going to jump over here, and we're going to do our 3 double crochets followed by a chain 1, there was 3, chain 1, there was 3, chain 1, and then continue to do so, and then I will meet you back at the end to close round number 4. All right, I'm at the end of round number 4, and this is my last space. So we're gonna get our first color yarn back into play. I'm going to do 2 double crochets in this space, and then normally we slip stitch over here to pull this over, but we're gonna switch our color yarn to finish that slip stitch. So slip stitch as normal, but pull your first color to finish it off, and then chain 1. Okay, give this a nice little tuck, and then we're gonna work color 1 and then color 2, so this forms like 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of pattern. So we're going to do a chain 2 into this space here. We're going to do 2 more double crochets, 1, 2, but don't finish this last one, but pull your second color again to finish this double crochet off, and then chain 1, and then we're going to work our second color in here. So that was 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and we're going to do a half finish third one. Pull your first color in again to finish the third one, and then chain 1. Okay, and after this one, let's take a look at the pattern real quick. Okay, see, so now you have the cluster of 4 to create this pretty pattern. go. Okay, so I think you get the gist. So finish round number 5, alternating your color, and I will meet you back over here. So I'm at the end of round number 5, and let me finish this last cluster here. And for the next row, you're gonna work only your first color. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this off with the first color, and I'm going to slip stitch up in here. So we did a whole row with just one color, and then we alternate, and then we did a row with the second color, and we alternate. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So you're gonna repeat these 4 rows. And then for my bag, if you want it to be the same height, you would repeat the 4 rows 1, 2, 3 more times. And then I added another row of just the first color here at the end. So do all of that. So 3 repeats plus another row of the first color, and I will meet you back to finish off the body of the bag. So I'm finishing up row 18 here. I'm almost done. Okay, so here's the last one, and this is where I started. And do my 2 double crochet, and I'm gonna slip stitch into chain number 2. So this is as high as I want to go, and to close out the top, I'm just going to do 3 rows of single crochet. So to get started, I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to single crochet into the same stitch that I just slip stitch in, and I'm going to do a single crochet in every space and a single crochet on top of every double crochet that we did in the previous round. So here's a space, I do the single crochet, and here you have 3 double crochets, and you do a single crochet on all of those stitches. So I'm going to do a total of 3 rounds of single crochet, and then I'm going to fasten off. Okay, all is left to do is the strap, and I'm making this very simple strap, but it's beautiful. I love the texture of it. I like how sturdy it is, and it does have a little bit of elasticity. I really think you're gonna like that. Okay, to get started on our strap, so leave a tail because you're gonna use the tail to sew it in. I'm gonna start out with a slip knot. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a chain 2, and then you're gonna single crochet into the first stitch, and then you're gonna turn your work this way, and you see there's this little knob here. So you're gonna insert your hook, pull up a loop, so now you have 2 loops again, and yarn over, pull through both loops. Okay, turn your work. So now you have 2 knobs on the side. So you yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. So I'm just going to do a few more without talking so you guys can just watch. And you're going to do that until your strap is your desired length. My strap is about 48 inches long, which I believe is about 110 or 112 centimeters. Let's see. See, the technique is very easy for the strap, but it creates a beautiful texture and it's super sturdy, a lot sturdier than doing 2 rows of single crochets, I think. All right, I'm done with my straps. I sewed them here on the side of the bag. You don't even see it over here on the outside. And you are ready to go. So I think I'm gonna buy a magnetic button and put it here just to keep it together. But you do you, whatever you like. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you're gonna give this a try. I see you guys next time.